Music. That's the only word there is. Music. Of course, in music, we call them lyrics. The words, you know. "20 years, 25 years I've been getting at it." I'm starting to sound like an old timer, don't I? Well, that's the kind of music I've always been attracted to, you know. The kind of music that I've always wanted to make. Those timeless themes, those melodies that, you know, last for ages, hopefully. Is this the part where you put my name underneath? If so, we should make sure that the audience knows that it's not my real, well, it's more of a stage name. It's not on my birth certificate. Richard is. My parents named me Richard, but I lengthened it, though, to Richards. Keith Richards, as an homage to him. Keith Richards' son, Richards, whatever. He was a big influence on me, though. But Kai, I've never actually said that out loud. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I just jumbled that together from the first letter of 3 girls I made out with in high school. Katie and Annie and Ingrid, I want to say. And some foreign exchange chick. I always thought it'd be a good trivia question. You know, where'd he get his name? I always wanted to tell people that in an interview, but they never asked. There wasn't much music in the home. There wasn't much music in the home when I was a kid, really. We were kind of deprived in that way, I guess. My father was a music teacher, but he didn't like to bring his work home with him. You know how that goes, the old American capitalist story. In the evenings, he just wanted a quiet house and a beer. When he would come home, my sister and me basically just had to go stand quietly outside the garage or something, you know, until he went to bed. Hobos, man. It all starts with hobos. Tramps. You're not supposed to call them that these days anymore. But they're the real American troubadours. Always have been. Riding the rails, document the real life of the country. You know, the grassroots, weeds and all. Just a few guitar strings and a story. You're part of a tradition. A real musical tradition that goes back centuries. I've never known any hobos. Not myself, I mean personally. But I will never forget. One day I was downtown for a meeting and I saw this man sleeping on a bench. He was an older man, older than me, you know. And he was disheveled. He looked hungry, restless, rootless, maybe even a little drunk. But he was alive. He had survived. You know, whatever he had gone through in his life, he had survived. And I thought to myself, that man's got a story. Probably more than one. And right behind him, right behind the bench he was laying on, was this big box music store. And it had a sale going on, 50% off or buy one, get one free or something. Something crazy, too good to pass up. And without even thinking about it, I marched right in there. Right past that guy laying on the bench, and I plucked down some cash and got myself a date with baby here. We're still courting after all these years. Retails for $500. I think I got it for about $250. 90 days, same as cash. My baby. Of course, that's not her name. That's just a placeholder. I'm still thinking of what to call her. But she's a lady. You want to be a folk singer, a blues man, a real minstrel of truth? You gotta have a lady guitar. And she's a lady, boy. And she's with me all the time. I take her everywhere I go. Except to work. I probably wouldn't be able to take her to work. They probably wouldn't allow that. You can't be a real musician, a real authentic musician, unless you love the music. All of it. Every genre. You can't overlook anything. I'm talking Neil Young, Buffalo Springfield, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. You have to listen to everything. I've been influenced by some of the best of them. Too many to name, really. But I'd have to say, ultimately, you have to find your own voice. That's the main thing. Go your own way. Coming up soon, hopefully sooner than later, surely, I'm going to start trying to learn to play her. A lot of people, I won't name any names, they just plunk out some noise and they hope that they get better. But if it's worth doing, it's worth putting in some serious thought and concentration. That's what I think. Right now, I'm at the experimental stage. I do a lot of experimentation, mostly thinking about it, I think a lot. Practically all the time, I'm thinking, preparing. Over the years, I'd say I've contemplated at least 40 albums. Bob Dylan, he's only ever released 39. Did you know that? I mean, I've thought about more albums than that. Not to brag or anything. The audiences seem into it. They come from all over the world. New faces all the time whenever I'm on the road. I don't do it for the money, but sometimes I pull down a couple bucks. It's not just a living, it's a calling. You gotta talk to your soul from time to time, even if it doesn't say much back. You gotta keep that line of communication open, because eventually, who knows? It might tell you something. I mean, so far I got nothing, but time. I got time, right? I guess I could do it. I don't know. I kind of want to. You getting this on camera? It's rare footage. It's a big step. I don't know, Wait, did you get that on camera? Did you record it? lyrics, I think there might be a copyright issue. Royalties? I should probably talk to a lawyer.